Hey family, it's Sandra, a queen. Ring. Okay, so as I promised last week, I would show you how to do the sides of your crochet creation. Okay, so last week we did the shoulders, right? So this is what they look like. These are the shoulders. And if you want, later on, you can sew crochet across there and make an opening for the head. And this is what it looked like on the back side. See that? Okay, that's the shoulders. Now we want to do the sides. And the reason why we want to do the sides is because we want to be able to crochet the arms or the sleeves, okay? So you can measure this if you want to. There's nothing wrong with it. But for me, I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to count each stitch that I did. So I wanted, or you can even count the rows. I can count the rows as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows down, going into the sixth one. Okay. Or you can count each stitch. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What you can do is just get some yarn and tie it right there if you want. You would get some yarn and tie it where you counted it from the shoulder down to where you want it for the side. I don't really need to, but what we're about to do next, we're about to sew it down each side. Okay, we're going to sew this down each side, but to count or to measure it so that you have the proper measurement. Okay, so I can count the rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going into that sixth one. All right, now I'm going to show you how I sew it, and then I'm going to show you how I crochet it. Now, this is a crochet needle. It's for sewing. Okay, it's a sew crochet needle. And you just stick it through. Has a gigantic eyelet, the needle of the eye. Okay, and you do it just like you would if you were sewing with a regular needle and thread. And you just go into the stitch like this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is about the sixth one. This is good. You go in right there. Now you can go this way where you loop on top. See how I'm doing it? I'm going to show you what I'm doing in a minute. Where you loop it right on top. But you got to pull it tight. It's going to make a slanted stitch. See how it's slanted? Or you can do it like you're sewing regular clothes. Go back and forth. You go in and you come back out. You go back in. If you go in tight now. Go back out. Come back in and sew it. Just like you're sewing with needle and thread. And you go back out. Okay? All the while, pull it so that the ends are together. Okay? Because it's yarn, it'll stretch. Okay? You go in. You come right back out. Just like you sew clothes. In. And right back out. Okay? And you continue to do this till you get all the way to the bottom, which I'm at the bottom of it now. Probably have like 4 or 5 more stitches to go. If you want to reinforce it, go back up so that you can reinforce it, okay? When you get to the bottom of this, what you want to do is make sure it's solid. So you'll go around it twice, just go around, loop-de-loop, and pull it through. Okay. Oh. Here are my scissors. All right. Okay. I was looking for them. And you can just tie this. Oh, you can just tie this in with some of the other thread that you already have on here from somewhere else. Nobody will see it. Now I'm going to show you. And then at the top where you had it pulled in, where you didn't cut it, you cut that. All right. Sorry, I had to find it. Ah, Jesus. Okay, here. So pull it through the needle like that. If you want, just tie it. It's no big deal. I had to find it. I'm sorry. And I ain't edited out nothing. I don't do all that. I could, but I don't feel like it. I got a computer right over there. I ain't studying it. To err is human. So anyway, on the other side, okay, so you want to see what that looks like? Let's look. See? And it's sewn. All right, so we got one side down and one to go. Okay. And one thing about it, you can always crochet over it if you don't like the way it look or whatever. I don't really worry about it. You're learning. That's the whole point. So when you learn, you make mistakes. Don't worry about it. You keep working at it till it looks professional. I don't really like to sew it. I prefer to do the single stitch and go down it. I think it looks better. It's much neater. And it'll hold better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the sixth one. Sometimes you can even put them together and can tell which is what. Put it together. I was out with Sis and Pup. We were outside and it just felt so good. It's a fresh breeze out and everything. I feel great. So when I came back in here, oh, that's too small. So when I came back in here, pew, when I came back inside the house, I took me a hot bath. I always take a bath before I do YouTube. I don't. It's a habit. I just need to feel refreshed. I think I've been through a lot. Okay, so here. So you just loop through, single stitch. Uh-oh. You loop through the 2 stitches, one in the front, the one in the back. That's for the back side, and you loop through. I prefer the single stitch. It just look better to me. That sewing sucks. It don't, to me, sewing don't work very well with crochet. Crochet is just meant to be that crochet. Okay? So you just crochet a single stitch. See my single stitch? See it? You just go right on down that side. Go through. Go through first. Then you go through the second back side, which are the 2 sides put together. Go through, make a single stitch. There you go. And I'm going to go all the way down. Go all the way down. And always switch up your colors. I run out of yarn, so I just start on another color. It's no big deal. I just make it happen. Make it pop. You might create something you wasn't even trying to create. You never know. I love crochet because it's so versatile and there's so many different ways to do it. And you always come up with something different. I'll just start. I get inspired. And then after a while, I do stop, y'all, because I get tired. But at one point, I was just a crochet queen for real because I was at home. They was, so you got to do something. Here and there, I was getting orders for it in between working. Yep. So, okay, we're almost at the end. And to me, the crochet, single crochet is just better. It's just better to me. I don't know. And then you loop it through one more time. See how I'm looping that through one more time? And you cut it. Oh. I need my little table, my little stand. That's what I need. See, then you just cut that. And you can just re-loop this back through. You just re-loop it back through. Okay, it's not as hard as it appears. But you're going to get tired of making blankets. And you're just going to feel like you need to do something different. Just re-loop it back through so that it won't be sticking out so much. Okay? There you go. These are my hobbies and these are my skills. All right, so we got 2 sides going now. Let's look at this. I prefer to crochet it. I'll just keep it real. I'll probably take that other side down. I'm just showing you how we sew it. Because see, that crochet side look neat and clean. Look at how neat it looks. It has a neat appearance. You really can't tell. I guess I'll leave it. Forget it. I ain't worry about it. But see, the main object to this is you've got where the head goes through. If that's a little loose right there, all you got to do is pull it in tighter. Or cut off a little piece of yarn and put it back through there and tie it tight and it'll be tight. You've got for the head right here. And that's for the arms. Okay? And then at the bottom, If you want, you can keep going, and as you go, you expand it by you put two stitches in one stitch, and then that makes it flare out to make a dress. Or this could be a sweat, just a basic sweater. Okay. There's so much more we can do with it. So when I come back on next weekend, we're gonna attach the sleeves. I'm gonna show you how to do the sleeves for it. Okay, how you go around to do the sleeves, and any little pieces that's sticking up, you just pull that down. Yep. But next week we'll go over the sleeves. But see, this is the front part of it, and this is the back, and it's just two squares that I put together, and I sewed at the shoulder, and I sewed it on the side. You leave enough opening there for the arms. Now, you can leave the arms just like this if you want and just trim it around in white if that's what you want to do. If not, we can just keep going. We can add another color to it, make it a hobo sweater. It's really cute. Or as they call it, a patchwork. I call it hobo. I think it's cute. And then I'm going to show you next time I come on, I think I'll either show you how to do the arms, which are the sleeves, or I'm going to show you how to do the hoodie. Okay? And it takes a minute. It takes a while, but it's so beautiful. Okay, and so this is Sandra Queen. I'm sending you hugs and lots of love, and you all take care. Mwah.